Hello and welcome to Behavior Breaks, presented by the Arkansas Behavior Support Specialist. My name is Nikita Reno, and I'm here to share with you a really quick and easy behavior management strategy that you can use with your whole class. Hi, and thanks for tuning into this Behavior Break. So this strategy that I'm about to show you is super easy to implement. You can even kind of do it on the fly if you need to, but it's really to target those behaviors that occur across the entire class. So we're talking maybe your students are blurting out, maybe they're a little chatty, maybe they're out of their seat, maybe they're not arriving to class on time. So this is a strategy to target those behaviors. And again, it's for the entire class, and it's especially great if your class loves a little bit of competition. So it's called Students versus the Teacher. And how it works is you as the teacher decide on behaviors that you want to see increase or decrease. So you want to see blurting out decrease and you want to see on-task behavior increase. So you decide on the behaviors that you want to increase or decrease. And then you explain to the students, hey, we're going to do this competition. It's called Teacher versus Students. Every single time I see you guys engaging in these expected behaviors, such as being in your seat on time, raising your hand before answering a question, etc., you guys get a point. And every time I see you not engaging in those behaviors, I, as a teacher, get a point. And by the end of the class period or the end of the week, the class can earn a prize. Or honestly, the prize can just be bragging rights because, hey, who doesn't want to beat their teacher in a game or a competition, right? Okay, so this is a really easy system to set up. You have teacher versus students, you have the rules of this game, and then you have how each of you will earn points. So you see under the students section are the listed rules and expectations that you are wanting to see them follow. And then on the teacher side, if they don't follow any of those rules, then you earn a point. And then next you have your tally sheet. And how this works is as you see students engaging in the appropriate behaviors throughout the day, you're going to simply give them a tally mark. And as you see students not engaging in those behaviors throughout the day, you're going to give yourself a tally mark. Now, make sure that when you give your students a tally mark for engaging in that appropriate behavior, that you announce it. Oh, I see that someone is sitting in their seat ready for work before the charter bell rings. They get a point. Also, when you see a behavior that you're not looking for, you want to make sure to announce that as well and remind the students of how to engage in that appropriate behavior. So you can say, oh, I hear a voice level higher than the expected behavior. Remember, we are at a voice level 1 right now. And then make sure you immediately give the students an opportunity to engage in that appropriate behavior so that they can then get a tally mark. For example, oh, looks like everyone is on their voice level 1, students get a point. So as you can see, this is a really easy strategy to implement in the classroom. Again, if you needed to do it on the fly, you totally could do this. Super easy. Just a few tips that I want to give you before you consider implementing this strategy. Make sure that you already have clearly defined expectations in your classrooms and that you have defined them in observable and measurable terms. Make sure when you're implementing this strategy that you don't target too many expectations. We want the students to be successful when they do it. Make sure your students know the amount of points they need in order to beat the teacher in this strategy. They need to know the goal that they are working toward. If you are using some kind of tangible reward or activity, it's a really great idea to get your students' input on things that they may consider to be reinforcing. But again, you don't necessarily have to have like a tangible activity or reward because sometimes the bragging rights of beating the teacher is enough. Another thing is what this strategy does is it focuses on the positive. It can change the culture of the classroom because students are going to be looking for students and other students engaging in those positive behaviors. And you as a teacher will also be looking for students to engage in those positive behaviors as well. Make sure that when you're doing the tally marks here, that you try to keep a balance, meaning that if you notice that your students are just not getting there and that the teacher is getting a ton of points, do some priming, do some reminders, do some pre-corrections in order to encourage those behavior expectations so that they will start engaging in them. Thank you so much for tuning into this behavior break. I hope that this is a really easy strategy for you to consider implementing in your classroom, and make sure you tune in to more of our behavior breaks for helpful classroom behavior management strategies like these, and then also just other behavior tips.